global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. Something very dramatic took place in the red chambers. I'm talking about the National Assembly, the senators themselves, that definitely, literally generated a lot of reactions online, offline, on social media, across the regions, where finally senators from the southeast could not hold it anymore. They've had it up to their neck and they decided to address this issue once and for all. Don't forget, there's been trials of Mazen Kanu, and there have been outcry over and over again over the marginalization of southeastern region when it comes to the issue of infrastructure and the rest. It all began, or it became magnified during Buhari's tenure, but it looks like it's going almost unabated. Although some persons would disagree, saying Mahi is doing a lot, but then again, is he doing a lot in Southeast? Time will tell. But let's listen to the drama that ensued and the reply given to him by the other part, the northern senators, who seem to have a contrary view. But another came up again. This time around, was almost degenerating to something else. At some point, the moderator, the Senate President, one moderating, the Deputy Senate President, had to come in and say, look, it's getting out of hand. Let's see the drama play out. Every senator, particularly the one from Southeast, refused to let go. He said once and for all, his people, enough of this marginalization, this must stop. When will the Southeast have lionship? That's the big question. Let's watch the drama as it unfolded in the floor of the plenary.
Project. Mr. President, if this is an omission, it is an expensive omission. The Southeast cannot continually to be treated the way Nigeria is treating the Southeast. Let me give you an instance. Out of the dams that were listed here on the Southeast, Ivo Dam was last funded about 12 years ago with a 5 billion naira spent on it, and it has been abandoned by Nigeria for the last 12 years. I had written 3 letters to the Minister of Water Resources. We have done everything possible to see if they can bring up Ivo Dam, and here a zone is allocated 66 billion, and the entire South is at 0. What kind of omission is that?
Mr. President, I think we should be very mindful of commenting on the infrastructure renewed projects, because we should see it holistically. This is just a segment of the renewed hope agenda on the infrastructure. We have road infrastructure, we have power infrastructure, we have let me learn, please. Yes, Mr. President, I have the floor, and let me.
You are protected.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. President. So, in doing this, we should consider what has been allocated in the other sectors. I'm not saying that the Southeast should be excluded. No, on the contrary, they should also be included. But we have to bear in mind what the whole infrastructure project are all about. Development of the whole country, irrespective of the state and
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, of recent, there was a release of over 1.3 trillion naira, and the Southwest had the lion's share. And I believe if you go deep into it, if you check the ministry's budget, you will see some balancing. And this thing is just being released gradually.
Thank you for the guidance.
So we shouldn't jump into conclusions.
Thank you for the guidance.
We shouldn't just jump into conclusions.
Thank you,
that
Mr.
is
President.
Imbalance, that is sidelining. Rather, we should wait till we get the true picture. Thank you very much.
I'll be brief. From what, with due respect to Senator Lero, who said lion share to the Southwest, when will Southeast even have lion share in any particular project? Mr. President, if this is an omission, it is an expensive omission. The Southeast cannot continually to be treated the way Nigeria is treating the Southeast. Let me give you an instance. Out of the dams that were listed here on the Southeast, Ivo Dam was last funded about 12 years ago with a 5 billion naira spent on it, and it has been abandoned by Nigeria for the last 12 years. I had written 3 letters to the Minister of Water Resources. We have done everything possible to see if they can bring up Ivo Dam, and here a zone is allocated 66 billion, and the entire Southeast has zero. What kind of omission is that, Mr. President?
Thank you.
Mr. President, I just want to talk generally. You see, this is a very good issue. That's pointing out something that's going on. Many of us have been crying of marginalization. Many of us have cried on several issues where North-East completely was neglected. And I'm sure this may not be the end, and that every part of this country is part of Nigeria. And every part of this country deserves infrastructural development. It is not wise in allocating resources to sometimes over-allocate to one zone at the expense of other zones. Here on this floor, I talk about the way North was completely neglected in terms of road infrastructure, where trillions are being spent on some section of the country, no cover is being spent in the Northeast. We said it. We also raised the issue of agriculture, where money was being allocated to some zones, and our zone was not there. So, Mr. President, is for Nigeria, and it's for other Nigerians. The makers of this agenda should be advised to bear in mind the diversity and the necessity to cover every section of this country in allocated resources. It's not only this one. There are so many areas, and that if we want to go through one by one, we will continue to debate. So I think there's general need for them to review their position and ensure that every part of this country, whether Southeast, Southwest, South, Northeast, we all need development, and we need to be allocated adequately and fairly and equitably in whatever they do. That's my comment. Thank you.
Thank you. I have just issue is something that can be dealt with administratively. I told him that we can call the minister, talk to him, or the DG budget, that there's an omission here, and that will be corrected. Because as human beings, we cannot be perfect all the time. It could be a genuine omission, right? So, and it is on that premise that the leader just approached me now. We've taken it upon ourselves, the leadership will interface with the relevant, office of the executive arm of the government, so that we can resolve this issue. It's not something, it's our government. And we have a president that listens to, the plight of his people. We have never gone to him to ask for anything of this kind of thing. I mean, this kind of thing without, getting resolved immediately. Somebody who listens. And even the ministers, they always listen. Whatever we bring to them that are in the interest of the nation, they listen and get that done. So let us not over debate this matter. We have just consulted. We'll, go ahead and meet the relevant office to sort out this matter. What we need is result, to see that there's equity in the distribution of the wealth of this country. And we know the government is doing very much in respect to that. So please, let's not overflow this issue. Leader, can you just one or two words so that we get this in line with what discussed with you right now, so that we can move ahead?
Well, thank you, Mr. President, and we heard ourselves very clearly and very loudly as well. And I believe it's an issue that can be debated all day, because in every geopolitical zone that you turn to, there will be one issue or the other that they would have wished were handled differently. My own humble appeal to our colleagues, and by way of also a motion, is to say that we step down further consideration of this motion to allow time for the leadership of this Senate to interface.
All right, welcome back. You now see, is it an East-East issue? The Southeast have been screaming to high heavens. The Northeast have been screaming to high heavens. So we can go on and on in this matter. Northeast also has been neglected. If you say it's renew hope, it should be renew hope cut across the regions, not just a particular chunk. If you notice, the one who countered the Southeastern senator, he said, yes, well, you need to break this budget down. You notice that a chunk of it is going to Southwest. And if you break it even more down, you will also discover that there's some people, some places that are having a huge amount, where at the expense of other regions, though he seemed to have countered the Southeastern senator, but actually he brought focus on the Southwest, how this administration has been shifting all the infrastructural budget, all the development to the Southwest, literally ignoring other regions, particularly the Southeast and the Northeast. But they have agreed to approach the executive, approach the president, approach those around the issue of budgeting, feeling that there's an omission, administrative omission over the years, year in, year out, tenure in, tenure out. Administrative position is going on. Like rightly will say, Nigerians are watching, everyone is listening. Let's meet in our conversation. That's all we're going to take now. Let's interact. What's your take?